He's coming. The world is ending. What's happening tonight, Monday Night Raw? It begins. Monday Night Raw was live in Memphis, Tennessee, and shout out to two YouTubers, Deaders98 and The Wrestling Genius. We're there live for It Begins 2012. Links in the description down below. Go check out those two channels. But besides that plugging, let's get started with Monday Night Raw. And Monday Night Raw kicked off, showing a little package of, Kane and what he's been doing to John Cena and what happened last night on Raw, and how Cena needs to embrace the hate, and hate is a good thing, and, ending it with the little kids going, "Let's go Cena," and all the IWC, YW smarts, like myself, going, "Cena sucks." By the way, I am a Cena fan, guys, if any of you guys did not know. And, yeah, pretty much about that. Then Raw actually kicks off. We get our little movie package like normal. John Cena comes out, and John Cena cuts a promo. He said that he was all depressed last week. Last week you saw a side of him. You saw a side of weakness. But it wasn't really that big of a deal to him. He searched himself through, and he realized, you guys pay your hard-earned money to come to these events. You guys are allowed to speak your mind. The same old watered-down Cena BS. That type of thing. Talked about his New Year's resolutions, wearing less underwear. I don't know what the fuck that means. Fucking beating The Rock at WrestleMania, and getting rid of Kane or something like that. I don't know. Those were like his New Year's resolutions. And then all of a sudden, Kane's music hits. No Kane whatsoever. Instead, Kane is like talking around the PA speakers, and Kane basically talks about how hate will embrace him. He will teach him the ways. It's time for Cena. It's going to happen. And pretty much that's what happened there. I liked this opening segment a lot. Cena's promo was alright, but, Kane really did a good job. I am intrigued with what Kane and John Cena are doing. Probably some high points in Monday Night Raw as of late, along with CM Punk and John Laurinaitis' little routine. But besides that, very good job with Kane and Cena as the opener. Next up, we got the World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes in a Champions versus Champion match. Now, my only problem with this was it was a nice little entertaining match. It was a little bit too short, but my only problem is this is a Champions versus Champions match. They should have promoted this on Friday Night SmackDown, saying before their big title matches next week on SmackDown, Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes are going to go at it. Promote this. Make people want to watch Monday Night Raw, and promote that your World Heavyweight Champion of the SmackDown brand is going to be on Raw facing that Intercontinental Champion, and they're having a big matchup before their title defenses. I wish it was promoted a little bit more, but hey, not a big deal. Champions versus Champions match. Cody Rhodes mostly took over this match. He looked really good tonight. But in the end, D-Bry kicks out the beautiful disaster kick. It's kind of weird they're using that as a finisher now, Cody. He does that. And then Cody looks to go hit like a suplex. Daniel Bryan reverses. Daniel Bryan gets a win. I was fine with that. You gotta make Daniel Bryan look strong heading into that world title match on SmackDown. And also, Cody Rhodes didn't look too weak. He didn't have to tap out. So, yeah, Daniel Bryan does his usual thing, going up with the title, shoving it in Michael Cole's face, because Michael Cole is a queer, and, yep, pretty much that's it. We get to the backstage, and Miz is talking about how R-Truth didn't do the right thing by attacking him, and then John Laurinaitis, Mr. Unpredictable, showed him the clip of what the Miz did to R-Truth 2 months ago, and said, "Do you remember that?" And Miz is like, "No," and because he's scared of R-Truth, and R-Truth literally, this was good stuff. Miz basically like afraid of R-Truth, walking around the backstage, saying, "I'm not going to be a sitting duck." R-Truth appears out of nowhere and goes, "Quack, quack." Great stuff about playing mind games with the Miz. I really did like this. We show some Royal Rumble history. 1988 Royal Rumble, the first ever, and won by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I don't know why I was going to say Fox Slugger. Someone succotash, Bicky. But I wonder if Hacksaw Jim Duggan is It Begins, because, he never got his world title shot. We'll find out who It Begins is. But sadly, this man, Wade Barrett, decides to come out and cuts a promo. And you guys do not know what happened. And I would like to thank everyone who watched the Schleg Daddy's video and posted, "It's going to be okay for Randy Orton." I know it's going to be okay for Randy Orton. But, with Orton's absence in the WWE, and if he is gone for 6 months, we got to get our weekly dose of Orton, right? So this will be the WDO of the week. Yes, the weekly dose of Orton, where I give you guys Randy Orton trivia that you guys probably already know, but it's Randy fucking Orton, man. So let's get started. Weekly dose Orton of the week, number 1. Randy Orton is known as the youngest World Heavyweight Champion, holding it at the tender age of 24 when he defeated Chris Benoit at SummerSlam 2004. Sadly enough, though, that title reign lasted only a measly month because God had to take it from Randy Orton and thought Orton wasn't ready. Randy Orton was ready to hold that World Heavyweight Championships. And the greatest thing about this, we got the theme music. Hey, nothing you can say. Great shit right there. Weekly dose of Orton done for tonight. But anyways, Wade Barrett cuts a promo, talks about how he's happy that he hurt Randy Orton. You know, that was very good. You know, it gives something Wade Barrett to talk about. Maybe Wade Barrett and Randy Orton are going to continue to dispute to Mania. I hope it does continue to Mania. That would be awesome. But instead, Santino comes out. Who cares? Wade Barrett defeats Santino Marella. What were you expecting about that? I mean, seriously, come on. Santino's just that guy that comes out and he gets a job to all the higher mid cards. He's doing his good job as a jobber. He's not really like a guy that you really, really think is going to win a match against a Wade Barrett. So, what else? Then the next segment, we got the Bella Twins arguing about who broke up with who. Was it the Miz? Was it R-Truth? Was it who was talking shit first? All that good shit. And then the Miz comes out and says, "Look, if you guys see R-Truth, fucking tell me." And Miz walks away, and then R-Truth, he comes from behind, like where Miz walks, and he goes, "Shh." Playing more mind games. I really did like this part of the show. And really, that was very, very excellent in my opinion. But I wish R-Truth came out of the trash can. Come on, guys. You wouldn't think it would be hilarious if we just saw R-Truth come out of the trash can and go, "Shh, hunted some little jammies," and then went back in the trash can. I thought that would have been hilarious. But we get Sheamus versus The Miz. This is continuing off SmackDown because Sheamus bro kicked The Miz. And this is where the R-Truth, Miz segment kind of was like, why? Why this? I mean, now we know for sure R-Truth is going to play the face, especially how he was getting reacted from the crowd. But, Sheamus versus Miz never really happens. Miz runs away from Sheamus after Sheamus is getting his offense in. Miz goes up into the crowd. There's R-Truth talking about how little Jimmy thinks he needs to got right now. Miz looks like a total bitch, and R-Truth basically kicks Miz's ass. This is good for R-Truth because they're trying to make him like this big-time face. They're trying to change his character. And attacking the Miz like that, like what they did with Alex Riley, is very good. But why is Sheamus involved with this? I mean, I get it, you guys don't know what you're doing with Sheamus right now, but Sheamus does not need to be involved with this. Why couldn't you guys just have the match, have Miz walk away from countout, not have Sheamus attack the Miz? It made Miz look really weak having two guys just kick his ass. I just didn't like it, really. But then again, do you really expect Sheamus and R-Truth in real life to lose to a Miz? So, yeah, there was a little bit of stuff where you can believe that, but at the same time, I just didn't think Sheamus should have been really too much involved with this segment. I thought it should have just been R-Truth kicking the Miz's ass, but that's just me. Next up, we get the WWE title match for Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk. Dolph Ziggler and CM Punk. This was a very nice WWE title match. I really did enjoy this match. They didn't show off too much work. They were just doing simple stuff. So it was pretty good. And the ending came where, like, CM Punk, he's looking like he's going to win. He has the GTS, and then all of a sudden, John Laurinaitis comes out and he tells the referee that the turnbuckle's messed up. Ziggler reverses the GTS, but CM Punk gets the Anaconda Vice. Ziggler's tapping. Punk's like, "Yes, I fucking won." But he realizes that the ref was distracted, and he looks and he sees John Laurinaitis, starts bitching at him, and basically gets bumped into John Laurinaitis. Looks like that freaking Dolph Ziggler's going to win. CM Punk gets the GTS ready, but then Ziggler reverses, pushes Punk away. Laurinaitis Laurinaitis puts the rope down. Punk balls out. 10 counted out. And then Dolph Ziggler basically thinks he won the title, even though, really, if we've been watching WWE, we know he did not win the title. But he has 2 wins over CM Punk. Very good for Ziggler. And he walks out with the title. Punk is pissed off. And yeah, pretty much. I forgot a segment. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I forget all the stuff that's going in my mind. Zack Ryder and Eve are talking, and him and Swagger have a weirdest backstage segment I've ever seen. Swagger basically doesn't like that Ryder is the champion, wants the belt. Laurinaitis says that he's going to make a 6-man tag elimination match which features Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, and Kane versus Zack Ryder, The Big Show, and John Cena. Oh, John Cena. Because he is the Executive VP of Talent Relations and Mr. Exciting. Really, I did like what they were doing with Laurinaitis this week. He wasn't just attacking CM Punk. He was going around and doing other stuff with other superstars. You know, it is very exciting what WWE has been doing with John Laurinaitis, and I bashed what they were doing with John Laurinaitis a couple weeks back, but really right now John Laurinaitis has been a little bit more entertaining for me to watch on a weekly basis. It's not like the same boring shit where he's just attacking Punk. He's actually going with The Miz and then going with Zack Ryder. You know, it's other characters. It's just not revolved around CM Punk. And that's what I like. The Bella Twins and Kelly and Eve have a match. Bella Twins use Twin Magic and win. God, TNA did a better job with their Divas division this week. CM Punk comes in, bitches at David Otunga, and we get a Royal Rumble match announced. Yay! CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. Punk walking in as champion. And the world, and basically John Laurinaitis is special guest referee. What's going to happen there? Who knows? But then, the cryptic video, and it's time. Chris Jericho is coming back. Chris Jericho is back. It begins. It's Jericho. Yes! I'm a huge Jericho mark. I am sorry, guys. But really, some people, are going to hate this segment. Some people are going to have their own opinions. But listen to my opinion. And I was actually thinking through this when I was reading through and thinking of the segment itself. Jericho did a very good job pissing us off by not saying anything. But if you remember what was said in the video, the woman would speak for Jericho's awakening, and that's when Jericho will actually speak. There's still a missing piece to the puzzle. There's still something going on. The woman has not really spoken yet, so Jericho is not going to really speak yet. He just got the fans all wild up and walked away, and really, it is supposed to make us pissed off. It's supposed to say, why the fuck did this happen? This is fucking bullshit. It was supposed to make us pissed off, and for me, it did a good job doing that. It did a good job pissing off these fans and pissing off all the IWC smarts, because we think, oh, we know everything, we know this, blah, 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 he's going to talk about CM Punk, but the fact that he didn't speak, the fact that it's leaving a mystery, and people are going to say, oh, it's a mystery no one cares about, it's going to be this, that, it leaves us wondering what's going to happen, and that's a good thing. It wasn't completely terrible. Was it kind of disappointing? A little bit. But it wasn't to the point where it was really shitty. It wasn't to the point where it was really bad. It just kind of was a little bit confusing, but at the same time, it made a little bit of sense, and it made very, very good logic of what's going on, and maybe the woman still has to speak. Remember, she will awaken his comeback. She will speak, and then he will say when it's time. So maybe the woman has still not speak, and we have to find out who this woman is before we hear the actual Chris Jericho character talk. But overall, I'm happy Jericho is back. I thought this segment was okay at best. It wasn't the greatest thing. For me, as a Jericho mark, it was fucking awesome. But at the same time, it was like, eh. We get to our main event, which is the elimination tag. Kane doesn't show up. Big Show basically, the match itself wasn't that special. Big Show and Mark Henry get disqualified. Cena gets rid of Jack Swagger after Jack Swagger works on Zack Ryder's ankle a little bit. Pretty much that's what happens. But the good thing about this segment was Kane coming out. Kane came out, attacked John Cena, used like the iron claw. He was like freaking doing this to Cena, and Cena was like, ah, and then freaking afterwards, it was sick. I love this scene. Kane came from underneath the ring, which I forgot to mention. But then Kane started to grab Zack Ryder and looked like he was going to pull Zack Ryder underneath the ring. And I was like, oh my god, what the hell? Is he going to make Zack Ryder hostage? Is this going to help Cena get the hate? What's going on? Oh my god, I was like freaking out. I was like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like, I thought this was fucking awesome. And he was trying to pull Zack Ryder down, and then freaking Cena was like, no, don't. And Cena outpowers Kane and asks if he's okay, and all of a sudden, whoosh, the ring just goes on fire. Cena and Zack are scared, and god, good shit between Kane and Cena. Now, my overall thoughts on Monday Night Raw. The flow of the show was very, very structured weird. After that Chris Jericho segment, it seemed the crowd was kind of dead for the main event. I mean, Jericho seemed to take the life out of them, making those fans think that he's going to do something, but ultimately pissing us off, which was a good thing. Makes people watch it. Just saying. But besides that, overall, I thought this Raw was... it wasn't the best Raw. Match-wise, yeah, it was better than most. But just flow and excitement. The excitement part kind of came in the later part, and with Kane and Cena. CM Punk and Ziggler was exciting, and I do like how they make Ziggler act like he won the title, even though he didn't. But at the same time, it's kind of like it's missing something. Raw is like missing something in that middle of the show, and that's when Raw really, really goes down, is when they don't have anything in the middle. They'll have some good opening segments, and then afterwards, they'll just drop flat. And then they'll have a good hour one main event segment, and then afterwards they drop flat, and then it's the main event, and that's good. It's just this is kind of like really hard, and certain things are like this Raw. I texted Mr. Rao off the show and said it sucked, but really when I meant it sucked, it wasn't really the best. It wasn't. It was definitely a little bit more on the entertaining side, but overall it was just okay. So I'm gonna give it a C+. That is it for my Raw review of 2012. Hope you guys had a good New Year's. Hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas and whatnot. I know that was like a fucking week ago. Get off my case. Royal Rumble coming up soon. What's next for Jericho? Who knows? This is Chase Oliver 68. Keep on subscribing above. Comment down below. Like this video. Follow me on Twitter. And pretty much that's about it. This is Chase Oliver 68. And I say, see ya.